and the Bills, and it comes your way next.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he more than did his part, the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have the Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 4 yards out. And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And how about his performance in the wild card round last week? Truly one for the record books. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. In fact, the statistician was questionable for this game, trying to recover from that one. And if you didn't know any better, you would have thought they were going 11 on 10 in that game all the way through. But now for this one, can he keep it going? Can he keep the hot hand?
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They're going to look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
2nd and 3. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out. And the Texans are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with 1
I do believe we came here to see a game didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They'll drop to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They wanted to throw for it. A surprise does not work on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast into the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Back to throw here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From the 6. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Bills send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's taken at around the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
So down to 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Bills ready to take over. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys and try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll give to Hall. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. 2nd and 9 now.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground with Hall. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run with Hall. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now back to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. So what did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Bills getting set to go.
And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 2nd and 6. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Bills! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bills are once again back in front. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 17-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown! A great effort there. 57 yards.
And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the throw left sideline here is...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and he goes for a first down.
Tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. and it looks like a good one. And it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And taken right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw.
Got a man. That's Ayuk. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Breece Hall.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Right back to him on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. You can talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Takes it at the 7. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple, because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On
On third down, here's Hall. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 6 catches in the wild card victory last week, and now 6 catches here and a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got room at the 30. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 117 yards rushing for him as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. Back to throw here. Caught on the slant. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And they'll run again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out come the Bills. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he's got his big tight end here. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Now Hall to start the drive.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have the Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets out making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.